Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence. Today I want to talk a little bit about this email band that I've been working on, right? So we've had a fair bit of a response to it. A lot of people seem to be quite interested in it. I've had quite a few emails from people introducing themselves and like what kind of thing they do, what kind of music they make, all that kind of stuff, right? And I figured now is kind of the time to get the ball rolling on it and actually start to get all these people together in an area, right? So in this video, I think I mentioned something about a Discord, and I tried to figure out Discord. Someone said they were going to set up a Discord, and I didn't really hear back from them. And then I tried to set up a Discord, and Discord's complicated, so I gave up on that. So what I did is I just went to this old subreddit that I set up for my old Morrison Productions thing, because I can't set up a subreddit on my Johnny Mozzer account because the account's too new apparently, so I just thought, just chuck it on this. So I've made two little things. First off, let's name the email band. And I figure, because in that video, the Calling All Musicians video, I acted like the band was going to be called the Manta Shrimps. And then I realized after that there's going to have to be some kind of profit share, revenue sharing sort of thing for all the people that are involved. And putting that on the Manta Shrimps, which is my solo project, is just going to make everything very complicated. And I didn't want to have that. So I figured let's have a totally separate thing for the email band. And so I've just had this, let's name the email band. Comment your name suggestion, no swears, and preferably something Googleable. Whatever suggestion gets the most upvotes will be what we call the band. Simple stuff, right? So I've come up with the name The Oracle Merchants. It's not the best name ever, but I had to think of a band name so that I could throw my hat into the ring. So that's what I came up with. If that's the one that gets the most upvotes, that's the one we'll use. Whatever one gets the most upvotes will be the one we use, right? And that seems like a fair, democratized sort of system, you know? And then in this little post here, I've just said, introduce yourself. And here, you know, just put a little comment in saying, like, oh, no, I'm Billy. I play the clarinet. And I'm from Nova Scotia, right? My email is blanketyblank@gmail.com, right? So just do something like that. That way you can just get people's attention, and we can kind of get a bit of a back and forth going with one another. And once we've started to form a little bit of back and forth, people, you know, responding to other people, that kind of thing, checking out, ow, 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 ow. Oh, that's a pain I can't describe because it's quite private, literally. Ow. You know when you get like an ache, like a really grim ache in a really grim area? That just happened for no reason, right? Things like that happen. The other day, actually, I was talking to someone on the phone, and it wasn't the hand that was actually using the phone like that or anything like that. It was actually the hand that was down here, right? It just sort of felt like a vein got strained or something like that, and it just sort of, I don't know, I had to be really careful with the way I move my fingers and my arms and stuff, so it really was not nice. I would not recommend that. Don't let that happen to you. Yeah, so this is the system pretty much, and yeah, what I'd like people to do is just be like, actually, also put like links to your music on this as well, like in your comment, put links to your music, and if you haven't got any music, then you know, you don't have to. But yeah, links to your stuff would be good, and then just go, I heard your song, Billy Goes to Greenwich, right? It was sick. I loved the bit with the clarinet at around 3 mins in, right? So you have something like that, right? And just like, you know, compliment each other, check out each other's stuff, and we can see what, you know, people's strengths are, what people's weaknesses are, because we all have strengths and weaknesses. Mine, for instance, I'm quite good at general jamming, but I'm not great at composition, right, and arrangement, but I am decent at just jamming ideas out. Someone else might have the opposite thing where they're not good at jamming ideas out, but they're very good at going into the door and figuring out like various compositions, particularly people who like to play around with classical arrangements and stuff like that. I imagine they'd be very good at it. You know, that kind of thing. People that can sing, I can't sing, so it'd be great to have people that can sing. There's been a few rappers that have been involved, that kind of thing. And this isn't going to be any kind of genre-defined band. We're not going to be any particular genre. We can be whatever the hell we want. We want to make a classical song? Go for it. We want to make a progressive rock song? Go for it. We want to make a lo-fi rap song? Go for it. Jazz? Go for it. Funk? Whatever. Doesn't matter, right? And it doesn't need to always like be me that's involved. If you just want to work with one another, on a particular thing. Like, oh, you know, maybe I'm not that bothered about Billy with the clarinet, right? But you really like the idea of like playing with someone with a clarinet. You get in touch with Billy with the clarinet, and then both of you kind of come up with something together, right? And that's just passing emails back and forth, pass stems back and forth. And I feel like with this subreddit, you can just make posts, right? So just make some posts about your like particular song that you're working on, and use it as like, all right, so my song. I'm not going to post this one. Give it like an idea. I want to make a classical rock style ballad sort of thing with some big trombone sections. Obviously, you, like, put more effort in than what I'm doing now, because I'm just doing these for examples. You know, put more details in. What's your vision for the song? What do you have, you know, going for it? And I feel like if you can do that and then put that down and then see what people can, you know, respond to with that, and just see where it can kind of go from there. So that's the general idea of just forming a community where people can get together and see what the other one has to offer and what you can offer other people. It's a give and take sort of thing, right? And everything that comes out of this project, right, will be released under whatever the band name is, right? So whatever the band name comes to be, we will figure it out, and then we'll also have to get maybe some kind of like talks in through the forum where we figure out like technical details. Like, for instance, profit will have to be shared amongst the people that worked on particular songs. Like, if I didn't work on a song, I'm not going to get any of the money. And then, like, you know, if you work on like song 6 on the album, but you weren't on song 5, then you get money for song 6 but not song 5. That sort of thing, right? It just kind of works like that. It's just a very basic. It's not very basic. I don't actually know the ins and outs of it, and I feel like rather than try and get everything planned out beforehand and then push it onto you, the audience, as if like I'm the god amongst the band and everyone has to sort of work to my whims, I'd rather just like, here's the platform, use the platform and just go for it. That's the message of this video. Just begin. Just start. Post something on this. If someone wants to respond to you, then respond to them. And even like if you don't want to talk about the band in particular, just talk about stuff. There's these things here. Morrison Productions Lounge. Just say like, oh, I don't know, listened to this song recently. It's a banger. And then I'm just gonna get a song I like. Endless Sacrifice. Yeah, I like Endless Sacrifice. I've been really into it. No, we're not playing it. It's copyrighted. There we are. Yeah. Bam. Chuck that on there, and then someone can go like, we should do something like that. Right? Just bollocks like that, you know. And this is how all bands sort of start, right? Where's the thing? We've been working on a song, right? Me and my girlfriend, we've been working on this song about. I'm not going to tell you what it's about yet because I want the song to just come out and surprise you. But we've just got the little lyrics and stuff on this, right? And we've been just like jamming out ideas and just like having fun together, seeing like what works, what doesn't. Do we need a little bit of an instrumental section here? How can this transition into this bit? That kind of thing. And you find that if you set out to make a band, right, you're not going to make a band because you make it all professional and big in your head. That's not meant to be professional. Do you think the Beatles got together and they wrote out a fucking treatment and like some kind of essay on like the ethos of the Beatles? Or do you think they just did it and became the ethos through doing? Do you think Pink Floyd sat down and was like, all right, everybody, what is our sound? And then Roger Waters goes, I think that we should make this. Richard Wright goes, I think we should make this. No, they didn't do any of that. They just started and they just did stuff that sounded good to them and then they kept doing it, right? And it's the same thing with this. I want people to just try things, make songs together, just email stems back and forth. And we'll figure out the details of this as we go, right? Maybe this system that I'm talking right now won't work in the long term. It probably won't. Right? If this had like thousands of people on it, I don't know if that would necessarily work. You would probably need like moderators and things like that to actually work it together. So anyone who wants to be a moderator, give me an email at officialmorrisonfilms@gmail.com or DM me at Johnny Mozza, or maybe the Morrison Productions account. But see, I'm logged in on the Morrison Productions account on the laptop, but I couldn't be bothered, like, because I like using the mouse and keyboard. Yeah. This is basically it. There's not much more to this process. It's just using the subreddit to discuss ideas with one another, send stems back and forth. It can be nice and public. I like the idea that, you know, we can see this stem and like you know, it'll be on Google Drives or what's the WeTransfer, whatever, and you just download things and send things back. Because Billy with a clarinet, he goes onto a song that, you know, someone is working on, who maybe they've got a drum and a bit of bass and they want a clarinet. Billy goes and just does a little bit of against clarinet stem, and Billy sends a clarinet stem to the person that's working on the core of the song. So I suppose each song has, like, you know, the original visionary behind it, and then the people that kind of work around it, and then that visionary also works on other things. And it's very important that you can't just be the person just coming up with the ideas. You also have to help other ideas come to fruition, right? So that's kind of it. You have to work on at least 2 songs, like, as in maybe you've got your idea for a song and you provide something for someone else's idea for a song. And once we've got 10 songs, we'll chuck it on Bandcamp, chuck it on DistroKid, whatever, and then we'll figure out some, like, revenue sharing system. We'll figure out, like, Billy, Daniel, and I don't know, Brian, they all worked on song 7, so they get 100%, so they get 33% each from song 7, and then maybe I and Sally worked on song 8, so we get 50-50 for song 8. If that kind of overall makes sense, right? And, you know, when someone buys the album, you have to do, I suppose, do a, like, percentage of everything, and we'll need to figure out, like, details like that. There's probably people out there that know way more about this than me. I'm literally just using the fact that I've got a platform to try and make music happen beyond just my own capabilities, and it's an experiment, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I like to try things, and this is a fun idea, I feel like, and I'm excited to see what happens with it and see if we can make anything whatsoever, anything at all. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll be on here as well. I'm logged in from the computer, and yeah, I'll comment as much as I can. I'll try and be more active on this than I am on, like, the YouTube. I don't mean to not respond to so many comments. There's just so many coming through that I do read them all still. I do still read them all. But I just don't have the time to give a personalized response to everything. But if you do have anything you want to send, I think there's links in the description with like ways to get in touch. And yeah, I do plan on responding to people. I just need to get around to it once I have some free time, which should be fairly soon, because in the new year I'm going to reduce down from doing 2 videos a day to doing, can I not just go on my analytics whilst I'm in the middle of doing a video, please? For God's sake. It's an addiction, I swear to God, just going on the analytics. It's the dopamine rush. Anyway, yeah, I don't really have anything else to add to this, so I'm just going to leave this message here with you. Sorry this is a bit all over the place. Let me know what you think of this idea on this video. Go on the subreddit. We can just talk amongst ourselves and come up with some fun ideas. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye. Take care. Actually, you know, I'm going to finish this video. Ow. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I'm not very good at it yet, but I do want to learn it, because what I particularly want to do, I want to do waltzy stuff with it. Hang on. Yeah, I'll figure out the breath thing soon. Yeah. Right, bye.